Ugh, I just opened the fish fertilizer. Yeah, I should have done it carefully. I just jabbed my thumb in there and then some of that nastiness splashed up on me, so now I stink like rotten fish.
Let's grow a pumpkin to talk about. Pumpkin to talk about. Backyard of your house. Pumpkin to talk about. Growing Brussels sprouts. Growing big. Pumpkin to talk about.
Hey, what's today? Today's June 7th? Yeah, I think so. Today's June 7th. Let's go with that. A couple things we're going to do today. We're going to mix up some compost tea and start brewing that. And we're also going to show off some of the different nutrients we're going to use this season. Okay, so this is a quick little rundown of some of the different nutrients I'll be using this season. They all have their different purposes, and they won't all be used at the same time. This came from a 5-pound bag of Master Blend, so this is for 1838. Use 12 grams per 5 gallons. That'll be the basis of the nutrients, especially during pumpkin time, since it's low in nitrogen. We also have Cool Bloom, that is a bloom enhance, and again, low in nitrogen, it's a bloom booster. Might rotate with that one and that one since they have a little bit different profiles. Epsom salt and calcium nitrate go with the Master Blend. We also have some Flora Nova 487. That'll be one I probably throw in there to mix up some different trace nutrients because this one has all sorts of different stuff in here. So we have Gonzo Farms Liquid Kelp. We have HydroGuard. We have CalMag, which sometimes I'll replace using the Epsom salt with CalMag. We've got Mammoth Silica, which I don't know if that's actually necessary because my soil has a bunch of clay in it. Here and there we'll use a little bit of this water-soluble tomato food. We also have humic. We got fish fertilizer. We got Raptor Roots and Zamina's Elixir, also both from Gonzo Farms. Again, I like using Gonzo Farms because it's a local company. I like these because these are ones that I've found myself at a local shop and gave them a try, and I kind of really liked what the results that they were giving me, so I want to keep using them. Yeah, this fish fertilizer, probably more during the vining stage. Today I need to actually go out there and do a feeding of some real food because it looks like there's a little bit of a magnesium deficiency, so I'll probably give it some of that Epsom salt there. We're going to put about a teaspoon of all this stuff in here. Well, not those because, that's way too much. And then some of this in there. We've got an Airstone pump. And we have power. Some molasses. Alright, let's throw in some Raptor Roots. Not much. Some Zamina's Elixir. Okay, let's get some seaweed, humic, and fish. Ugh, I just opened the fish fertilizer. Yeah, I should have done it carefully. I just jabbed my thumb in there and then some of that nastiness splashed up on me, so now I stink like rotten fish. Alright, we don't need much of either of these. Just want a little in there. Humic, fish, on top of those weeds and on top of those beneficial microbes and the molasses. We're going to have a nice brew going for about 24 hours. Let this bubble for a full day. I'll get it out of the sun, and yeah, it'll be usable at this time tomorrow. So let's do a little bit of an actual plant update. I noticed through the week I haven't really given much details on the plants themselves. So let's do a little bit of an actual plant update. I noticed through the week I haven't really given much details on the plants themselves. Anyway, so the plant's looking good. See, we're getting a little bit of a discoloration there. Oh, look at that, a dead fly. We're doing something right. yeah, so a little bit of discoloration, so I figure give that thing some calcium, magnesium. That'll probably cheer it right up. We've been burying vines. These first two side vines have come out about 2.5, 3 feet or so. Well, we have a lot more vines that are starting to stretch out. And I made sure with vine bearing not to inhibit the side vines that are wanting to grow. Don't cover them up with vine bearing mix, or else you're gonna have a bad time. Things are looking good though. The weather's getting warmer. We're gonna be floating around in the 90s for the next several days, and I think from here on out, you know, our 100-degree days will start popping up real soon. Things are looking happy. This is kind of fun with the little bit of leakage that comes off of these drip lines, which I've accepted at this point. I've tried to fix it, but it's not happening. Planted a couple of these little forgotten about peppers. Got a couple sunflowers, more peppers. Got my pineapple plant sitting there, getting some shade. And to the other plant, which, again, I'm not so sure we're going to keep this one around. It's going out nice, you know. About 8-9 foot plant, just like the other one, maybe a foot behind. But not really any side vines. I think I definitely burned this one. So, yeah, I think I'll probably keep this one alive for another week or so. Maybe for pollination purposes, but I think if anything, I'll cross-pollinate that one over there, the 2083 Bledsoe, with my 947 front yard plant. So, yeah, that's kind of the updates now. I'll give both of these a little bit of a feeding later of mostly biological stuff. The fish fertilizer, things that'll break down organically. I don't want to hit these too heavy with anything salty, unless I kind of, you know, need to. But like I said, this one's showing a little bit of a deficiency in the leaves, so we want to get that corrected, get some micronutrients in there. I'll probably push a little bit more calcium nitrate. Either way, we just want some nitrogen so that these vines really start taking off. We're getting about, I want to say, who's this little guy? What's up? We're getting about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches a day of vine growth on these side vines. About 6 inches, maybe starting to reach 7 inches on the main vine tip. We'll get there. I don't want to do anything too much too early and hurt this thing, so we're being cautious. Last night I did give this plant a drench of imidacloprid. Essentially for this 540 square foot patch, you want to use about 1/3 of a cup of this 21% formula that I have. So that's what I did. I used just about 1/3 of a cup, and I poured about 2/3 of the solution on around the base of this plant, and the rest over around that plant. And so we're gonna get some systemic protection now, especially since we got those squash bugs showing up. Still haven't seen any on this plant or that plant. So far we've only seen that one on the front yard plant, which is the neglect plant, as you know. So that's about all the update I have for this week.